everybody talk about Tapera or public housing savings. Some people believe that Tapera is a solution to create a better public housing, yet some people disagree because Tapera will create more burden to the employees.
Biasa dalam kebijakan yang baru itu pasti masyarakat juga ikut berhitung mampu atau nggak mampu, berat atau nggak berat. Seperti dulu waktu BPJS di luar yang BPI yang gratis 96 juta kan juga rame, tapi setelah berjalan kan saya kira merasakan manfaatnya bahwa rumah sakit tidak dipungut biaya, hal-hal seperti itu yang akan dirasakan setelah berjalan. Kalau belum biasanya pro dan kontra.
President Joko Widodo enacted Government Regulation Number 21 of 2024 on May 20, 2024, amending Government Regulation Number 25 of 2020 regarding public housing savings or Tapera. This adjustment sets the Tapera deduction at 3%, split into 2.5% for workers and 0.5% for employers. However, the program has faced community opposition, including from workers and employers association, citing increased burdens without assured housing benefits.
Dipikirkan lagi.
Tolak Tapera, usut tuntas dana Tapera.
Tapera public housing is a deposit made by the participant where after this the participant can use the money for public housing financial, or after that the participant also can get the benefit or return after the program ends.
Tapera aims to sustainably fund affordable housing, ensuring decent living for participants through mutual cooperation. Eligible participants include minimum wage earners and self-employed workers who can use funds for home ownership costs, house construction, home improvement. Moreover, the form of housing can be in the form of single house, row house, apartment unit, or other houses of equivalent value.
Government believe that through this Tapera, they can create a more affordable housing for the societies. This is happened because at the moment there are limited lands and the price of the house in Indonesia also keep rising.
Terus ada renovasi 200 juta.
President Joko Widodo, Chief of Staff Muldoko, stressed institutional support to meet housing needs amid rising property inflation.
Ya, ada problem backlog yang dihadapi oleh pemerintah sampai dengan saat ini. Ada 9,9 juta masyarakat Indonesia yang belum memiliki rumah. Ini data dari BPS ya, bukan ngarang ya. Untuk itu maka kita berpikir keras, pemerintah berpikir keras, memahami bahwa antara jumlah kenaikan gaji dan tingkat inflasi di sektor perumahan itu nggak seimbang. Untuk itu maka harus ada upaya keras agar masyarakat pada akhirnya nanti bisa walaupun terjadi inflasi tetapi masih bisa punya tabungan untuk membangun rumahnya.
Dirjen Daglu, Setmen.
Finance Minister Sri Mulyani highlighted state budget allocations for down payments, interest subsidies, and liquidity facilities to provide affordable credit to low-income groups, also known as MBR.
Jadi total kehadiran APBN untuk membantu sektor perumahan terutama masyarakat berpendapatan rendah dari 2015 hingga 2024 itu sudah 228,9 triliun. Sangat besar kalaupun mau dibandingkan dengan yang tadi 3% yang disampaikan Bu Casita, menurut estimasi mereka akan mengumpulkan sampai 50 triliun sampai 10 tahun yang akan datang apabila dilaksanakan. APBN sebetulnya sudah, dan dana ini nggak hilang.
Not only in Indonesia, but this kind of policy also exists in many countries, such as South Korea, USA, China, Malaysia, Singapore, and also Philippines.
Similar programs exist in Malaysia, such as the Employee Provident Fund or EPF, where workers contribute 11% and employers 12 to 13% of salaries for housing savings, health services, and retirement savings. The Philippines Home Development Mutual Fund (HDMF) mandates contributions of 3.63% from workers and 7.37% from employers for retirement, work-related accidents, and housing financing.
Let's see the example. In Singapore, per month salary is around $5,783, and then the participant will contribute around 20%. I guess it is around more than 1,000 Singapore dollar. But the participant will get many benefits. The first one is public housing, second one is the healthcare, and then the retirement budget, and then the Singapore participant also will get the benefit for the children support.
In Indonesia, retirement funds are managed by Social Security, health funds by State Health Allowance, and soon housing funds will be handled by BP Tapera. These deductions contribute to the complexity of salary deductions in Indonesia. The government is currently preparing for Tapera's implementation scheduled for 2027, aiming to deliver substantial benefits to workers despite initial resistance and challenge.
Sebetulnya itu kan dari 2016 undang-undangnya. Kemudian kami dengan Bu Menteri Keuangan agar dipupuk dulu kredibilitasnya. Ini masalah trust. Ya, ini masalah trust. Sehingga kita undur ini sudah sampai 2027. Menurut saya pribadi, kalau memang ini belum siap, kenapa kita harus tergesa-gesa? Harus diketahui APBN sampai sekarang ini sudah 105 triliun dikucurkan untuk FLPP, untuk subsidi bunga. Sedangkan kalau untuk Tapera ini mungkin dalam 10 tahun bisa terkumpul 50 triliun. Jadi effortnya dengan kemarahan ini saya pikir saya nyesel betul.
They just cancel it.
I don't think so.
What? Why do you think like that?
They said this policy is still under review. So basically, Tapera is not to cut the employee salary, but this is just the housing savings. So be prepared for Tapera program in 2027. Aris Bakti and Demareka Wati reporting for See Today.